Good morning, everyone.
Did you start the video without me? You can't have a video with Life Redesigned without Bob.
But you're slow again.
Everybody wants to hear you talk anyway, so I'm going to stop that right off the bat. Good morning, as Carrie had said. We are here in beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We are here, as a matter of fact, this is the height of the season, and we are at our favorite campground. We are at Lakewood RV Resort, and we're leaving because, wow, it's getting packed and it's getting super expensive. We've been here for 2 weeks. Carrie and I have, well, we've done everything. We've gone into the ocean. We've been swimming, which is a big thing for her. If you know, you know.
I don't go in the ocean.
And Carrie, tell them what you did just last night. Share with the audience, share with redesigners what you did.
Okay, so at 51 years old, yes, I am that old.
I am so proud of this.
I went down a water slide on a tube.
Not once.
But twice. It was so much fun.
And we even swam in the human soup known as a pool with other people that we didn't know. It's actually a great, if you guys don't know about Lakewood, Lakewood is a predominantly Christian campground. If that's your vibe, it's great. If it's not your vibe, it's okay too, because this place will not push anything. Just know that the theming here is a Christian campground. It's one of our favorites in the country. Anytime we get a chance to be here, we are here and we love it. And it has a bonus because it's only about 1.5 miles away from where the kids are living now, which awesome times. So in this video, we're going to be covering a few things. There's going to be a little bit of controversy here as to why we are ditching Thousand Trails as a whole. We're still keeping them in the arsenal, but we will be leaving the Thousand Trails system, and we have no intentions of going back. So stick around with this. We also have a new RV resort we need to share with you because this is a huge travel day for us. We're going how far?
Oh gosh, maybe a mile. Actually, it's 2 driveways.
Well, don't tell them where we're going.
I'm not.
We don't want to ruin it.
I'm
but
not.
We're going to share with you where we're going when we get there.
It could go either way.
Absolutely. You never know with us. We could end up, we could end up in Michigan. Who knows? But stick around. We're going to share with you that. We're going to share with you all the reasons why we're doing this resort life. And no, it has nothing to do with us selling out. We're not going to be sponsored by RV resorts or anything like that. This is we've made a conscious decision about our own mental health and the state of camping nowadays. So very important topic to be discussing here. But needless to say, I need to get this rig packed up. I need to get Humphrey going. I need to get Bogart all attached. And we have to get out of here because they'll charge us extra if we don't leave. So you stick around. Unless you're going to pay the bill. If you want to pay the bill, you can always Venmo us, right? Do we do Venmo? Now, I'm going to cut back in here for a second because we realized something as we were getting that opener shot. We're way, way, way ahead of schedule. And this happens from time to time that Carrie and I are so excited to get things packed up, and we think it's going to be a longer transition to get everything picked up and on the road that we realize that we're like an hour ahead of time. Because we're so close to our next destination, as you can hear, the fancy sounds of cooking in the background. We need to stall because there's no sense in leaving until right at checkout, which makes us wonder how many of you guys and gals deal with this like we do. We're checking out of one place that's closeout at 11 and we can't check into the next one even though it's right down the road until 2 o'clock. Some of these places are 3 and 4 o'clock. It's like, what do you do? For us, we're fortunate because our kids live a mile up the road, so we can always hang out with them. But before we do that, because we don't want to disturb them all the time, it's time for some lunch. Now, I came over here and I said, well, let's see what we got here. Or I should say breakfast at this point. But look at this. This is one of those egg witches from, what is this company called?
It's Reds.
It's Reds. So this is a turkey sausage with basically an egg muffin, if you want to call it that. This egg patties on top and bottom with sausage and cheese, and it's actually really good. As Carrie and I decided that it's time, we need to get back to our diets and start getting back into what we were doing, because the last month or two for us has been very chaotic. But for all of you guys and gals that always ask, what do you guys eat? And we always feel weird sharing this stuff. This is it. This is what is going on right now. We're not big fans of microwaving stuff. No. But it does work. It's functional, and I think they were on sale at Costco, which is always a win.
I usually do omelets with feta cheese and some either ham or some sausage, but
we're not sharing that with you. But that is what we have going on today. And while we're waiting, I got some editing I got to do. This is the work setup, so yes, I do work this way. And for those of you wondering, yes, that connected router is right there. And if you need truly mobile, unlimited connected internet, you can hit the link below in the video description and they'll gladly hook you up. They're friends of ours. They'll even give you 35 bucks off. Yeah, almost forgot the business part, but hey, that is what it is. But that's basically just wanted to show you a little bit of Propel for Carrie and what we have to do when we stall for this. But I'm going to stuff my face, and we'll catch you in a few. And just like that, we are back inside our rig, because today we want to talk to you about our continued partnership with our incredible channel sponsor, and that is
My Waggle.
Now, My Waggle is a great device that allows you to monitor your pet's comfort and safety from wherever you are on the road. Inside this magic device, it tracks your humidity, it tracks your temperature, and more importantly, the comfort level of your pet, because you can set that to whatever you and Fido or Oliver likes to have as a comfort zone. And then you can track it all on their amazing app that covers everything in real time. Now, you don't have to worry about if your power goes out, because, well, this has got you covered, because it has a rechargeable battery inside, and it also has Verizon service, so that if your Wi-Fi goes down, you're not affected. It will still give you those alerts. This app will also notify you by email and by text, so that you don't have to be glued to the phone waiting for a text. You can check your email, or vice versa. Now, we are so excited with our partnership with My Waggle. We've talked to them, and they're going to extend an exceptional promotional offer of 55% off if you use code LIFE55. And I'll leave a link in the video description below, because when it comes to pet safety, it is something Life Redesigned, and more importantly, My Waggle, take with 100% seriousness. So if you're looking for the best for your pet and its comfort and its security, look no further and check out My Waggle. Now back to the video. Now, for those of you wondering what is going on with the video, this is something that happens quite often, and part of it's us being amateurs and just kind of being in the moment, that sometimes we forget to film things, sometimes we forget to take precautions. This is one of those places well, you're wondering, we are no longer at Broadway at the beach, we are here at Pirate Land. And in fact, for you guys watching at home, it's a week later. We've been through Memorial Day weekend and everything here, and we spent a good portion of our time right in that water. Even Carrie got involved in the action. I grew up on the coast of Rhode Island. Carrie never really went in the water, but she was a trooper.
I love the ocean. I don't like being in it.
But she spent hours with me as we were floating like two little children out here in the water every day after work. It's been fantastic. But speaking of a couple of different things. One, if you ever seen our video, we've ranked Myrtle Beach RV parks in the past. And I gotta say, Pirate Land, I think we put maybe in like 3rd place out of 5 or 6. Pirate Land here has been absolutely amazing for us, especially Memorial Day weekend. We did lose a lot of video footage because, well, memory card was full. We're going to take you over, show you our site. We had site 619 for a week, and it's been fantastic. And I got to thank Connectin for having awesome internet here, because it was a little touchy when we first got here. But they switched us over to an appropriate network, and I believe they put us on Verizon, and we were good to go. But today is travel day, which is just like the opener of this video. In fact, this time we're going to be traveling to a destination we're going to be at for an extended period of time, a couple of months, I think.
Yeah, 2 months.
Which is a brand new park in the area, which we're very excited. People there seem awesome, so we're excited about going there. But now, if you caught a few videos back where we said we don't like to film inside of RV parks because there's always somebody in their pajamas, the site right behind us, there's somebody in their pajamas out there, and I don't think she wants us to have all her bits and goodies all over the place. But you know, hey, grandma goes out in the nightgown, that happens. But we're going to take you over there. We're going to also talk to you about Thousand Trails and what this has meant, because that was the subject of this video, and we're going to kind of clue you in as to why. And I think some keen-eye observers probably already figured out why we would be ditching Thousand Trails for a while, and yeah, you probably wouldn't be wrong. But we'll catch you in a few minutes.
Your destination is on the right.
Well, here we are, actually a few days later, and I'm going to talk to you about something while Carrie's inside. And she's told me that, well, we need to address this head on about what we're doing with Thousand Trails. And today, well, here we are. We are in Crooked Oak in Conway, South Carolina. And I want to point out something. This is where we've been for the past week. It's a relatively new RV park. And notice I say park and not resort, because, well, this has got a long way to go to become a resort. It's got a nice pool, but it's lacking a few things. It's lacking a laundry room. It's lacking a dog park, you know, things like that. But it is all concrete pads. The people here are phenomenal. It's about 15 minutes from Myrtle Beach, which is right down the road to the kids. It has everything that we need, and we're here for an extended time of, I believe, 60 days. Now, the reason we're here, obviously, if you've been watching the channel, is because of the kids, and we want to be close to them and help them settle in, which I think we might have overdone because they're adults, they're not kids, and they probably don't need us as long as we thought they did. But the thing that we've been noticing with Thousand Trails, and it started somewhere coming out of the pandemic, and I know I've talked about this ad nauseum, about Thousand Trails being promoted heavily by RVers on the YouTube circuit, because they discovered it, even though it's been around since like the 60s or 70s, and they discovered it and promoted it everywhere. But if you pay attention and you listen, a lot of full-time YouTubers that travel don't really use Thousand Trails at all. And I started wondering why, and then it kind of hit us as we became a little more notable in the YouTube community. And it's because, well, people are miserable at a Thousand Trails park. Now, I don't always like to say that as a broad generalization, but it really is true. If you go on any Facebook groups, and there's one that we actually used to read quite often, which was Thousand Trails, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And really all it is just bashing Thousand Trails for everything that it is, was, and, well, never will be, because people didn't pay attention to what it actually was at the time when they signed up, right? So we've noticed that the last few, I'd say maybe 10,000 trails that we stayed at, there was always somebody who would come up to us just complaining. The pool's broken, the unevenness of the sites, the staff isn't what it should be, this isn't a resort. And after a while, that kind of eats at you, because you really don't want to be camped next to a whole bunch of people who are unhappy being there. And Thousand Trails is a great resource for those of you who are looking, if you've stumbled on this video wondering why these two 50-somethings are ditching Thousand Trails. It really has nothing to do with the park itself. I think Carrie has a little bit of a mixed opinion on some of those, but it really has to do with just the people that are there, because something's changed in this whole community thing with Thousand Trails. And really, who wants to camp next to a bunch of people that are unhappy? So it was actually our kids who said, "Mom, Dad, why are you spending all this time in places where people aren't happy to be there?" And they would watch some of the reviews from other channels on these RV parks and Thousand Trails parks and say, "Well, why are you doing this to yourself? You have the money, you have the means, go out there and live this whole full-time travel life that you started for yourselves and actually have a good time with it." That's what we started doing. We started staying in resorts. And we noticed a couple of things right off the bat. One, holy crap, is it expensive to do this resort life all over the place. That is part of it, right? But the destinations were amazing. And, take Myrtle Beach as a perfect example. We spent all this time there, and it was expensive, but the people were there, were happy. And they were happy because, well, they had saved up to spend their vacations there, and we met some awesome people, just having a blast. And it was something that was sorely missing from the Thousand Trails network, because I think Thousand Trails has become one of those things where just people just go and the destinations aren't always in the main event spaces. In fact, here, Myrtle Beach, Conway, this area, there's not another Thousand Trails for like 3.5 hours. That's a long ways to go if you want to be in the thick of all the excitement. There's a lot of Thousand Trails that are in great places, but again, this is what we're doing, and you know, we're having a ball with it. But I got to tell you, it's nothing like waking up, coming outside, and being around a bunch of people that are just happy to be doing what you're doing, and that's great. Now, I know there's some of you going to go, that's why I boondock, and I always say, hey, that's awesome if you can do that. Unfortunately, I can't. It's 95 degrees this morning here in Myrtle Beach in the Conway area, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet. I need to have air conditioning because I am not going to be sweating when I'm on calls with clients. I need to get my work done. I need air conditioning. It is what it is. And that's that. I know Carrie's got a whole bunch more to say on this matter, and we're going to let her speak because I need to get in the shower and we have to go shopping for potentially a new RV. So stick around for that video, and if I don't catch you anymore in this one, thank you for watching.
All right, real quick. Bob and I have difference of opinions about Thousand Trails, and one of mine is the location. Now keep in mind there's a time and place for everything, right? And so when we started our full-time travels, we predominantly stayed in the network. We were afraid to spend money. It was a lot of unknowns. But the biggest takeaway I got from that was you had to travel a half an hour to go to a grocery store. You maybe had to go another 35 minutes or whatever to go to a mall. And after a year or so being on the road, I don't want to have to do that anymore. Like, there's a time and place. Thousand Trails is a great resource, but there's a time and place. I think we've gotten to a point now in our journey that, well, for one, kids keep reminding us you can't take your money with you. So, okay, there's a plus. To start experiencing more. So, just for reference, when we lived in New Hampshire, we were 30 minutes from the grocery store. We were an hour and 45 minutes from a mall. If you wanted to go to, say, Six Flags or the Big E, it was like another 2 hours away. And that's kind of how we were thought we were getting away from all that, like with Thousand Trails, and it was like we were kind of being sucked back into, you have to travel to go see something, which is fine at first. But like I said, after a year or so, it gets a little much. So, but that is one of my reasons why I'm glad that we're staying out of the network for a little while. All right, so part 2 of my little rant of Thousand Trails, it's really not a rant, it's just an opinion, is the inconsistencies in the parks. Now you think Thousand Trails, all Thousand Trails are created equal, and they are not, which is fine. However, I do like, if you're gonna offer mail to people, offer it all the time, not some of the time or depending on the mood of somebody that day. If you're gonna bring me to my spot, then bring me to my spot all the time, not just some of the time. So to me, I don't know, the inconsistencies is the big thing. Sometimes there's a ton of police there. It's just a lot of drama a lot of the time. And I don't know, it's Bob's outside. He's saying hi. So yeah, that's it. That's my thing. I'm gonna go because Bob's sweating his ass off outside. Catch you in a few.